Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. Before we get into the nitty gritty and we discuss our first Champions League game after we won the Champions League. Yes, we are now back in that position where we are looking to retain. How good does that feel? We'll get into it. Before I do though, today is a Monday. Normally, it's meant to be a Reddit Monday, but because of the circumstances and because we've got a game tomorrow and I'm uploading this, which is the match preview for tomorrow, for this week, I'm moving the Reddit video to Wednesday. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and make sure you've got the notification bell on. That way you're notified. I will be dropping you a Reddit video this Wednesday. Not today, this Wednesday. And then from next week, it will be Mondays again. Obviously, with any little speed bumps that we might come across in the season, like tomorrow where we've got a game so close to a Monday, then obviously I will mix things about. So just to let you guys know, Reddit this Wednesday, but for today we're getting into the match preview for Chelsea versus Zenit St. Petersburg at Stamford Bridge. Russian opponents, Roman Abramovich homeland, yes. And you know what, in terms of this opponent, let's have it right. Unless a miracle happens, we should be picking up 3 points tomorrow. Now, as I've already mentioned, this is the first game that we are playing in the Champions League since we played the final last season against Manchester City and won the Champions League for a second time. So our journey of trying to retain this bad boy starts tomorrow, and it starts at Stamford Bridge. And I'm looking forward to it. And what's really good about this game is we have taken rotation into effect, full effect. We've got fresh lads. We've got a great squad depth that we can always dip into when it starts to get busy. Now, this month is going to get very, very busy. I highlighted it on the watch along that I gave you guys the last game, although that's been deleted because it had all sorts of technical issues. That's been resolved now, so make sure you're there for the watch along tomorrow. It's going to be very, very, very deep. But we've got a very, very busy month. We've got tomorrow. Then we've got Tottenham on the weekend. Then we've got Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup. Then we've got Manchester City the next weekend. And then we've got Juventus in the Champions League immediately after. That's all in the remaining month of September. It's going to get crazy. So, you know, strap yourselves in. The journey to retain in the Champions League starts tomorrow against Zenit St. Petersburg. And I'm quite confident. Let's have it right. We've rested players with a great momentum that we have in the team at the moment, with some top form in some of the lads. Thomas Tuchel, the way that we're playing football, it's fantastic. And I have no doubts that we're picking up 3 points tomorrow. As I said, unless a miracle happens for Zenit St. Petersburg and, you know, lightning strikes 3 times and all of a sudden they nick a 1-0 win. You never know, but I'm not expecting that whatsoever. In terms of the team news, same news like the weekend. Yes, unfortunately, it's just going to mean that Kante and Pulisic are both missing out. There was speculation that Kante could make it for tomorrow, but he's been ruled out. And rightfully so. Rightly so. Let's have it right. When Thomas Tuchel said, you know, Kante might make it back for Tuesday, all of us were like, no, it's Kante. Whenever we give a return date for Kante, add another week. Add another week, because you got to do that with Kante. You have to, you know, ultra protect him. There's no, you know, oh yeah, he'll make it back by this date and then we'll play him in the 90 minutes. No, it's Kante. You want him fully recovered by all means. So if he has a return date, delay it by a few days, and then you're definitely sure that he's fully recovered. So I'm expecting him back for the Tottenham game on the weekend, fingers crossed. But him and Pulisic are both out. Reece James makes a return because he's not suspended. As far as I'm concerned, shouldn't have been suspended in the Premier League in the first place, but he was suspended against Aston Villa. He will be available for this one, and I reckon he will play. Now, in terms of the 11 that I think need to play tomorrow, I've made changes. And I've made changes based on the rotation that we've made, based on the players that managed to rest, based on the players that didn't play enough minutes against Aston Villa. And there's one name in particular who I just feel this is where you got to bring him back in. You got to bring him back in. Let's get into the 11 and how I think it all needs to go down, and then we'll discuss it there. So let's get into it. This is the 11 that I would go with. I think a lot of you are going to agree with this. Let's run through it. So I've gone with Edouard Mendy in goal because it's Edouard Mendy. I've gone with a back three of Rudiger at left centre back because right now he's irreplaceable and he needs to play every single game. Simple. Obviously, if we can rotate whenever it's needed, he is the number one defender on that list though, so I feel like he needs to play. Christensen, I think, should come in for Thiago Silva. The schedule is really hectic, so Thiago Silva playing every 3 days, that's not going to work, not at 36 years old. All due respect. And Thiago Silva smashed it against Aston Villa. Let's have it right. I didn't mention him. I went through a couple of the key players and I forgot to mention him. I mean, that's how many players I've got to remember, you know, done fantastic and play well, because we have so many players doing really well under Thomas Tuchel. Sometimes it's hard to give credit to every single one in a 10 to 15 minute video, you know. So I missed Thiago Silva, and that wasn't intentional, that was by mistake. He absolutely done fantastic against Aston Villa. I think he needs to be given the break, that way he's ready for Tottenham. Zenit St. Petersburg isn't a priority game, let's have it right. Whatever 11 we put out, we should be getting the job done. So I would go with Christensen just to bring him back in. Good rotation, he's fresh. Azpilicueta to his right hand side, similar situation with Chalobah. I think Azpi got enough rest in the Aston Villa game, came on for a little bit but didn't play the whole 90, so I think it would suit him with his experience as the captain that lifted the Champions League, to be the first one there as well to help try retain it from day one. So I would go Azpilicueta at right centre back. In terms of the wing backs now, Reece James for me makes a comeback because he's fit, he's available, he's not suspended, he's got to play. Simple, especially with the big man up top who we're going to come to. But at left wing back, this is the man that I was talking about. You got to give it to Chilwell. You got to give him a chance. You know, Alonso's been doing brilliant, right? So I've got nothing against Alonso, but he's not going to play every single game. As I've said, we've got depth. Chilwell, funnily enough, I don't think he's played a minute since last season, even for England. You know, we went to the Euros, he didn't feature. He went, but he didn't feature. Didn't play 1 minute for England. Come back to Chelsea, still has not played 1 minute for Chelsea, considering he was in the final. He was involved in the entire campaign last season. It's crazy to think that Marcos Alonso has actually benched Ben Chilwell. But in a game like this against Zenit St. Petersburg with a heavy schedule, it's only right that you give 90 minutes to Chilwell and welcome him back in. Simple as that. So I would go with Chilwell. In midfield, just for some security. And you know what? I wouldn't be against Saul playing this either. But with the bad display that he had against Aston Villa, I think there might be a cause of, let's just stick with Jorginho Kovacic, give a little bit of time for him to breathe, let him train a little bit more, and then maybe on the weekend we can bring Saul on. But for now, Jorginho Kovacic is probably the best combination to go with. That's just what I think Thomas Tuchel is going to do. But let me know in the comments, would you start Saul for this one, considering it's against European opposition, where it might be a little bit easier? Or would you tell him to stay on the bench, maybe come on, but focus on training, focus on adapting, you know, take it slow, take it easy, and then, you know, not really rush him in? Let me know what you would do in the comments. I feel like this would be the best combination to go with for now, though. And the front three, Mason Mount I would bring back in because he's rested. You know, he didn't play. He's managed to have a day off, so fantastic. He's ready to go. I think he needs to feature. Alongside that, I think Timo Werner needs to be brought back in as well. Considering that I don't think he's going to play against Tottenham, it would be nice to test out that Lukaku-Timo Werner partnership now against Zenit St. Petersburg, and let's see what they can do together. Let's see. Let's see if Lukaku can get the best out of Werner. Let's see if Werner can even help Lukaku even more. Can Werner excel because Lukaku's next to him? Or can Lukaku find more space because Werner's next to him? I want to see what all of that is going to look like. So personally, I would go with that as my front two, with Mason Mount in behind. Give Kai Havertz the rest. Ziyech done alright against Aston Villa. I've got nothing against what Ziyech done on the day. So even if he were to play instead of Mason Mount, and Mason Mount was to get even more rest, I wouldn't be against it. But I just feel like that's not the sort of play you just leave on the bench for 2 games in a row. So I would go with this. But mainly, another combination you could go with is Mount, Ziyech and Lukaku up top, or Werner up top by himself. Give Lukaku a little break, but I think it's just best to run with the momentum that Lukaku has at the moment and try and test it alongside Timo Werner. And if you're going to do that, you've got to pick between Mount and Ziyech. And for me, I think Mount comes back in. So that would be my starting 11. Let me know what you would do in the comment section below. But this is the 11 that I think Thomas Tuchel should go with. Now, in terms of a score prediction, I'm going to go with a very confident scoreline now. I said 2-0 against Aston Villa. We ended up winning 3-0. Even though the first half was a little bit 50-50, we still came out with a very convincing win. So right now, confidence is super high. At Stamford Bridge against Zenit St. Petersburg, with a team where I think our depth is incredible. We can pluck out any 11 and it should still get the job done at a high level. I am going with Chelsea 4, Zenit St. Petersburg 0 tomorrow. Yes, I'm going with a 4-0 win. We are going to, I wouldn't say batter them, maybe take it easy. I think the goals will be spread out, but 4-0, convincing win, happy days, 3 points in the bag, and we kick off our campaign to retain the Champions League. Not just win the Champions League, to retain the Champions League. And you know what's crazy? I'm saying this on day one. Right? Instead of waiting to the knockout stage, I'm going to say it now. When I look at all the other teams in Europe, no one scares me. No one scares me. No one. And that's crazy. I've never said that before. Normally it's Barcelona. Normally it's Real Madrid. Normally it's Bayern Munich. I think Bayern Munich are probably the only ones where I look at and go, okay. But I still look at us and go, yeah, they need to be more scared of us than we are of them. And that's Bayern Munich. You know, PSG, as far as I'm concerned, I look at them like a false image. You know, they look fantastic. It's like, you know, it's like 18-karat gold-plated jewelry, where on the outside it looks absolutely incredible. It's 18-karat, but you go inside and it's copper. Basically, that is what I think of PSG. They don't scare me. They really don't. That's why I wanted them in the draw. It wasn't possible, though. However, I look at us and I think we need to retain. We need to retain. This is the perfect opportunity for us to retain, and it starts tomorrow. So let's get 3 points. Let's kick off this group stage with a big bang. Let's hope we go on to do big things this season. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Love to hear what you think about what team you would play, your score predictions. Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see you tomorrow on the watch along. And after the watch along, the match review. And the watch along will be fault free. Hopefully no technical difficulties tomorrow. So make sure you're tuned in and I'll see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.